Welcome to the March release. We've made a couple of adjustments to our smart POS, and this is the month where we are also introducing the AI assistant. So in this video, I'm gonna talk to you about the things you can do with the assistant and what's coming next because we're going to keep advancing this feature to try and give you the very best of the system. So when you come to our site, reliefkampala.com, and come to POS Assistant, we've tried to detail everything that you can use the assistant for. So before we get into how it works and who can use it. So right now we've added two main things. So the first one being you can actually have a conversation with the assistant. That's how it works. We're using OpenAI to try help answer a couple of questions, and we're also using your real data from your actual sales information to answer questions that might relate to things like sales and stuff like that. So on the site here, we briefly talked about the capabilities uh, relating to the sales module because that's the area we started with. So you can ask the assistant to help you manage maybe a bill or get details of maybe an order or perform actions on an order that is not settled yet. Uh, you can also retrieve sales analytics, like you could ask the assistant to get you maybe a sales summary for a given period of time, then product insights, and a lot. So when you come to the site under POS assistance, you should be able to see all that. So these are some of the questions you can ask the assistant. You can ask it to find you details of a particular bill, or maybe settlements for a particular order, client details, outstanding balances, sales summaries, things that were sold, and maybe processing a refund. This is for our clients who are not operating a restaurant. So these are among the few things that are currently available in this release. So we are going to uh, give it more capabilities in the next 2 weeks. So watch out for another recording for that. So you can read more about this just to help you get started, and or you can also message us on our platforms. We will be able to help you get the best out of the assistant. So switching to the POS itself, I am gonna log out here because I was using it for a few things here. I'm currently logged in as a super user, so I am going to log in as a manager. So the very first time the very first time you're using this the assistant, you're going to see so you're gonna have to come here once you're logged in. Just click on this icon on the top right and select assistant. So you will see a screen like this that is asking you to get started. So um, we'll need to set up things for every user. So the conversations are specific to a user. So it means each user can only see their own messages. So if I log in today and I sign out, the next person who will use the system will have the conversation with the assistant, which is totally different from what everyone else is has had. So if I click get started, it will generate my conversation settings, and then once it's ready to ask me what I want it to do for me. So let's give it a simple example of uh, find for me details of real number maybe 45, something like that. So the information, where it gets this information is actually from your system. So this is, it's not gonna give you generic answers or suggestions and stuff like that. And it might take a couple of seconds, given if it's your first time. So that you will be a little bit patient with that. So once it has retrieved the bill, you'll notice here saying these are the details for bill number 45, and it will also display it in a table, in a tabular format like this, just for to better see it. So we can see that bill 45 is belong to Karangwa Jules, who has not in, at least nothing has been registered. This is our client in Rwanda. That's the email and all that. This was settled as a split settlement, of course, and it gives you the date and stuff like that. Everything is just right here. And the person who served this table is the manager. So I'll go ahead and say, get me the settlement made for this order. So I want, since it's a split settlement, I want to look at how the 7,000 was actually settled to begin with. So it will still go through, since it has conversational awareness, so you don't have to keep on requesting for the same things. If you're still talking about the same thing, you can just continue giving it instructions like get me this, who did that, and stuff like that. So it has pulled up the details of settlement. This was actually a payment, credit settlement for a bill. So originally this bill was for the 29th, and I think the person came back the same day to make the payment. So that's one of the things that you can use the assistant for. So the other thing is general knowledge about using the POS itself. So I could ask it something like, how can I add an open dish on an order? So so um so it will look through the user manual. We've also given it the user manual, which will keep updating to better help you understand how to do a couple of things. So here it's telling us step one, select open dish. So with this, you can click on the open dish button on the order screen. So when you have an order, this is the open dish button, and it's asking you to click this button. This opens a create open dish model, which is that. And then you just fill in the details, and once all that is done, confirm. And that's how you add an open dish. So the other thing, I could ask this assistant. So right here, I have bill 151 open. This is a running order. So if I, as a manager, was looking at something else, for example, I was going through maybe credit bills and just trying to, I'm working on something that I don't want get away from. So this is where the assistant becomes really helpful. So if a waiter wanted me to add maybe a 10% discount to the bill 151, I could say add 10% discount bill number 151. So since I can actually add discounts as a manager, I'm allowed to add discounts. It will perform the action on my behalf. And let's give it a few seconds and see how that works. So we will also provide you we'll send out an email with a list of things that we've covered with the assistant, the things that you can actually ask the assistant to perform actions for you. Some of these actions might take a couple of seconds, depending on permissions, because it needs to check who is logged in. Can you actually perform these actions and stuff like that? And then once the action is performed, then it will come back to you, and tell you that, oh, I've actually been able to do this. So now here it's saying that it has attempted to add a 10% discount on bill 150 and was unable to complete the action due to permission restrictions. So now this means that as a manager, I can't add discounts. So this is one of the examples. So this is because when you log in as a super user, let me do that. So when you come to settings, and I'm looking for manager. Uh, so this is the action here, the permission rather. I've not allowed managers to add discounts, so they should not be able to do that. But when I give them this option, now they can perform that action even on this on when they log in, they should see this discount option, which they couldn't. So if we log back out and back in as a manager, okay, so this is the same bill. You see there is no discount. So if I open up the assistant again, I can tell it to try again. Since it has conversational awareness, it knows what I was trying to do previously. So it should be able to do that as well. So just give it a few seconds and it should be able now to perform this particular action. Okay, it still says still can't check that. So let me see. This might be because this manager is on another outlet. Yeah, this is another outlet. So let's just give them permissions for that particular outlet. So so when I give the manager the managers who can add discounts to where is that allow manager to add discounts. These are for the main outlet. So I also need to give the ones for the you notice that the ginger outlet they can't do that. So I'm gonna say yes, they can do that. They can add discounts. So when I log back in as that user. So this is the ginger outlet. So I'm just gonna ask it to try again. Try again. Oh, and the other thing you can also ask, you can ask the assistant why you're not able to add discounts, and it should be able to tell you why. I think that's the next question we'll try and ask it, just to see if it can guide us uh, on how to troubleshoot that. So still checking permissions, and yeah, so you notice that now it can add discounts to a bill, and it says a 10% discount of 3,100 has been added successfully. So when we check the bill again, you notice that yes, this is a 10% discount. Now the good thing is that every every action that is performed by the assistant is actually performed on your behalf. This when you ask it to, let's say, add a discount, when you check the discount that was added, this was 11th October. Okay, the day open here is a little bit old, so you need to go back all the way to October 11th. So a discount of 3-1 was added by me, the manager account, which is that. And the reason is 10% discount applied. You can also um, tell it what reason to use, and it will not auto generate it. But if you don't provide it, it will just come up with any description, but it will still attach this action to whoever asked for it. So the other thing, if for example you notice that the assistant is telling you it can't perform a particular action because of permission issues, we could probably ask it why can't I add discounts to an order? Something like that. So because it has the user manual, it will go through the user manual and it will try to look through permissions and the different areas around this particular action and try help you troubleshoot this kind of things. So yeah, here it says reason for inability to add discounts on an order. You may be unable to add discounts to an order due to permission restrictions. Ensure you're granted the necessary permissions by super user or admin to access controls in the access controls settings. So it even tells you where. So the reason so for permission issues, if you cannot see discount button when trying to add a discount, it means you do not have permission to add discounts to bills. For access controls, to allow users to add discounts, a super user or admin must enable this option under settings, go to access controls, and turning on options such as allow cashiers add discount to bills or allow managers to add discounts to bills. So it is really specific on troubleshooting stuff like that. So if you get into any trouble, something is not making sense, probably before you message us, or because sometimes we can also be unavailable a little here and there. You can as well ask it. So there's endless possibilities to what the assistant can do, and we'll keep on enabling um, a lot of things for you to allow you use it the best way possible. So yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll be back with another update to cover more and more features. So yeah, thank you. Bye.